Welcome back to Top 10 Central. Halloween is just around the corner, and you know what that means? Ghost hunting. This year, we're not just talking about your average haunted houses. Oh no, we're diving deep into the dark side, the places where the veil between our world and the other side is thin. Like paper thin. We're talking about the places that make your skin crawl, your heart race, your palms sweat. You know the feeling. If you're brave enough to spend Halloween in a place where spirits roam free, keep watching because these are the 10 scariest places you could possibly visit. Let's get spooky! Welcome to our countdown of the 10 scariest places to visit for Halloween. If you love eerie vibes and spine-chilling experiences, you're in for a treat. Let's dive into the darkness. Okay, first up, we're heading to Paris. City of Love? More like City of Bones? Beneath Paris lies a labyrinth with over 6 million skeletal remains. Imagine walking through these dark tunnels, skulls staring back at you. It's like something out of a horror movie. Could you handle it? Could you spend the night surrounded by millions of skeletons? Let me know in the comments if you'd be brave enough to visit the catacombs. Next, we're off to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. Now, if you're a horror movie buff, you know this hotel. This is the place that inspired Stephen King's The Shining. You know, creepy twins in the hallway, blood pouring out of the elevators, that kind of thing. Word on the street is that the Stanley is seriously haunted. Guests have reported hearing phantom piano music, always creepy, right? Children laughing in the hallways when there's no one else around, and even full-on apparitions in Victorian-era clothing. Imagine checking in for a relaxing weekend getaway and seeing a ghostly figure in a top hat just chilling in the corner of your room. I would die. Or I guess I'd already be dead because ghosts. Some say it's the most active paranormal site in America. I believe it. The energy there must be off the charts. Buckle up, guys, because this next one is truly disturbing. We're talking about Pavia Island in Italy. They call this place the most haunted island in the world, and for good reason. This tiny island off the coast of Venice has a seriously dark past, like seriously messed up. It was used as a quarantine zone during the Black Death, and thousands upon thousands of plague victims were sent there to die. Can you imagine the horror? Being abandoned on an island to die alone, surrounded by the sick and dying? But wait, it gets worse. Later, the island became home to a mental asylum. And let's just say, they didn't exactly treat the patients with respect. People say the island is haunted by the tormented souls who suffered and died there. There are stories of fishermen too afraid to even go near the island, let alone set foot on it. They say they've heard screams coming from the abandoned buildings. Ugh, my skin is crawling just thinking about it. Bran Castle, Dracula's lair. Next up, we're traveling to Transylvania, Romania, the land of vampires. And what better place to visit on Halloween than Bran Castle, better known as Dracula's castle. You know Dracula, the OG vampire? Yeah, this castle is said to have been his stomping grounds back in the day. Perched high on a cliff top, surrounded by dark forests, this castle is straight out of a gothic horror novel. Even if you don't believe in vampires, you can't deny the creepy vibes this place gives off. The castle is full of narrow passageways, secret staircases, and hidden rooms. And then there are the stories, tales of Vlad the Impaler, the real-life inspiration for Dracula, who was known for his creative methods of torture. I'm talking impaling people on stakes. I don't know if I'd want to spend the night here, but I'd definitely visit during the day. Maybe, just maybe. The Tower of London, where heads rolled. We're heading back to England for our next stop, the Tower of London. Now this place has seen some things. I'm talking centuries of history, and not the good kind. This former prison and execution site has witnessed countless gruesome deaths, including the beheading of Anne Boleyn, one of the wives of King Henry VIII. Talk about bad blood. It's no surprise that the tower is said to be one of the most haunted places in England. People have reported seeing the ghost of Anne Boleyn wandering the grounds, still searching for her lost head. And then there are the stories of the two young princes who were murdered in the tower, their ghosts said to haunt the bloody tower. Can you imagine being a guard at night, patrolling the ramparts, knowing the ghosts of history are watching your every move? Winchester Mystery House, a staircase to nowhere. Hold on to your hats, guys, because our next stop is going to make your head spin. Literally. We're talking about the Winchester Mystery House in California. This place is straight out of a fever dream. Imagine a mansion with doors and staircases that lead to nowhere, windows overlooking other rooms, and secret passageways hidden throughout. It's like a giant architectural puzzle designed to confuse. Wait for it. Ghosts. You see, the house was built by Sarah Winchester, the heiress to the Winchester rifle fortune. After the deaths of her husband and daughter, she became convinced that she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. A psychic told her to build a house to appease the spirits and to never ever stop building. So, for 38 years, construction continued around the clock, resulting in a bizarre, labyrinthine mansion with over 160 rooms, some left unfinished. People say the ghosts still roam the halls, confused and disoriented, just like visitors who dare to enter. Now we're heading to Gloucestershire, England, to visit the ancient Ram Inn. This place is seriously old, like 12th century old. It's considered one of the most haunted buildings in England, and when you hear its history, you'll understand why. Legend has it that the inn was built on a pagan burial ground, which, as we all know, is never a good sign. But wait, there's more. The inn is also said to be haunted by the ghost of a witch who was burned at the stake on the property, as well as a succubus that preys on men. Yikes! People have reported all sorts of freaky happenings at the ancient Ram Inn, from objects moving on their own to disembodied voices whispering in the dead of night. But the most haunted room? Room 8. They say it's a vortex of paranormal activity. Would you be brave enough to spend the night there? I don't think I could even handle a nap. Aokigahara Forest, the silent terror. This next one is not for the faint of heart. In fact, it's downright chilling. We're going to Japan, to the base of Mount Fuji, to a place called Aokigahara Forest. This place is tragically known as the Suicide Forest, and for good reason. Over the years, hundreds of people have gone into the forest and never come out. The forest is eerily quiet, the air thick with an unsettling stillness. The trees are so dense that they block out the sun, creating a perpetual twilight. Local legends say the forest is haunted by the spirits of those who died there, their souls unable to find peace. People who have dared to enter the forest have reported feeling watched, followed, and overwhelmed by a sense of dread. It's a place of profound sadness and mystery, and definitely not a place you'd want to get lost in. Eastern State Penitentiary, solitary confinement, with ghosts? Back to the United States we go, this time to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to visit the infamous Eastern State Penitentiary. This former prison was once known for its harsh conditions and revolutionary design, but now it's known for something else entirely, being one of the most haunted places in America. They say the spirits of former inmates still roam the cell blocks, their tormented souls unable to escape the prison walls even in death. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied footsteps echoing through the empty corridors, cell doors slamming shut on their own, and even shadowy figures lurking in the shadows. One of the most haunted spots in the prison is Cell Block 12. It's said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity, with reports of cold spots, disembodied laughter, and even full-on apparitions. Edinburgh Vaults, underground city of the dead. And finally, we're ending our spooky journey in Edinburgh, Scotland, a city known for its rich history and, you guessed it, its ghosts. Beneath the charming streets of Edinburgh lies a hidden world, the Edinburgh Vaults. This network of underground chambers was once a bustling hub of activity, housing everything from taverns and businesses to, well, less savory establishments. We're talking body snatchers, people. As if that's not creepy enough, the vaults were also used as slums. And conditions were, let's just say, less than ideal. People lived and died in these vaults, and their stories are soaked into the very stone. Today, the Edinburgh Vaults are a popular destination for ghost hunters and those brave enough to venture into the darkness. Visitors have reported feeling cold spots, hearing whispers in the darkness, and even seeing full-on apparitions of former residents. Who knows what lurks in the shadows of the Edinburgh Vaults? Happy Halloween! Don't forget to subscribe, if you dare. So there you have it, my ghoulish friends. 10 of the scariest places you could possibly visit for Halloween. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty creeped out right now. Just thinking about all those ghosts and ghouls out there is enough to give me nightmares. If you're brave enough to visit any of these places, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you capture any spooky evidence, send it my way. I'm always down for a good ghost story. Until next time, stay spooky. Thanks for joining us on this spine-chilling journey. If you dare, visit these places and experience the terror for yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more eerie adventures. Happy Halloween!